Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. That's Joe Smith. This
so precise
is Paddock Live. Yes, it's live, which means one thing. You've got to get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think about all the latest Manchester United stories and any more you may want to talk about. It's a blank canvas, a broad church, an open forum for debates, discussion, intrigue, romance, whatever you...
A town hall.
Thank you, yes.
If you will.
What we're talking about today, I'll tell you what we're talking about today, son.
Big news
And you're
tonight.
involved. You're well involved in this. Hey,
What have I done?
you know what you've done, yeah? Poch, talk about him, yeah?
Am I involved?
You know. Ten Hag, yeah?
Yeah.
Also, we're going to talk about the captaincy.
Yeah.
Because
Big news.
it's not happy. It's not an happy camp, is it? According to reports. Although some may disagree. So we're going to be talking about what's going to happen with the captaincy. It looks like Harry Maguire could be out. Cristiano Ronaldo can be in, if that makes any sense. So talking about that. Also going to be talking about some kid called Antony from Ajax. Got a few goals and a few assists, especially in the Champions League this season. Ten Hag has already got a bit of a shopping list for when he arrives at Old Trafford, if indeed he does. Also, Wayne Rooney getting told off by the FA for something he did 16 years ago. So that about?
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing, Jay.
It is embarrassing,
It
isn't
actually
it?
is embarrassing.
Do you know what I mean?
What's the statute of limitation on wearing long studs?
Yeah.
Like in
Gets a
America,
grip.
he could have armed robbed a shop and not been able to be tried for it. But this is what the FA are like, Jay. 16 years later, if you say you tried to hurt someone, slap on the wrist.
He could just
Imagine
say,
if they gave Derby another 10-point deduction.
if they said to him, well, you shouldn't have said that, I've only went, I was just making it up.
Yeah.
I didn't really do that. I just had different studs on because I had to wear them.
Yeah.
All right, okay. It's not like he's under caution. It's not like a police interview.
No, exactly.
He just said, oh, it's just for the documentary. I was just having a bit of a laugh
just
and that.
lied.
Yeah, just to make it a bit more interesting.
Playing a character.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay then. Sorry, Mr. Rooney. Idiots. Anyway.
What's our first story, Jay?
The first story is Robert Velotta, who's been a member of the first team for 6 months, says, love the content, boys. I'm ready. Good lad, Robert. Honesty.
What
That's
position
what I
do
like.
you think he's in, saying that?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Why do you have to make it
No,
dirty?
sat on his... You made it dirty. I just meant sat on the sofa.
Why do you have to
Could he
make
be
it
in a
sound
pub on his
like-
phone? Could he be on a bus?
I'm ready.
On
I
his knees?
think... I think he's got his sweatpants on.
Yeah.
He's on the couch.
Yes.
He's got one hand in a pack of Doritos.
Oh, pack of Doritos.
And his other finger
In a hula hoop.
in a hula hoop.
Thank
yeah?
you.
That's what he's doing.
Got the smart TV working overtime. Right, let's get into some stories.
Right, okay, let's do this. What we were talking about, yes.
There we go.
Pochettino and Ten Hag. Madrid target's not a word.
We've got this.
Target
Yeah.
Maurizio Pochettino following poor Champions League display.
This is really one from the Manchester United book of how to sign a person to your club, isn't it?
Yeah.
We play against them, they play well, we'll have that.
Yeah.
We play against PSG, they won, their manager's pretty good, we'll have that. Like we did the rumours with Grealish, the rumours with Tuchel, the rumours with, what's the central midfielder called for Aston Villa? John McGinn, did that because he's short. John McGinn, they're just doing the same thing. We played against PSG, they were pretty good, weren't they? Yeah, they battered us. It was only 1-0, but they battered us.
Oh man, it was 1-0
Who's their
in
manager?
Paris.
Who's
There's
their
a very
manager?
good chance
Pochettino.
Real Madrid win the second leg.
Yeah.
Like,
Very possible.
I think though, to be fair, like they are looking for a new manager next season, aren't they? Aren't they, Madrid?
I don't know.
What do you think?
That's your Lottie.
Yeah,
More
I mean,
like.
how long's he got left? I mean, not,
Don't know.
I don't mean he's about to, shed this mortal coil. I mean, is he going to want to carry on managing for many more years? He's getting to the age.
How long has he
anyway.
got left, do you think?
Managing?
Guess. No.
What? I'm not playing that game. It's a horrible game. He might start playing that with me. How old is he? He's 60. It's all right. I'm being a bit harsh. He's 62, so he could have another few seasons there, couldn't he? Do you know what I mean? Looks like he looks after himself. So, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, Pochettino, he's a lot younger, innit? Maybe it kind of makes sense that they will be looking for someone to replace Ancelotti. And they do like to shift managers around, don't they, in Madrid? Yeah. They're not scared of that. So it kind of makes sense to me, that one. But a lot may depend on what happens in the second leg, because if Madrid give them a bit of a spanking, are they going to want the loser?
Does that worry you, that Poch might lose? Not just, obviously, Poch himself, but the ability to have Poch.
No.
Does that lose anything for you?
No, not really.
We've not
I've never been a
anything
big fan.
No.
I just feel like the only reason I've said recently that maybe he could end up coming is that there's always been a sense of almost inevitability about it, because I've been covering Poch to United stories since the days of Louis van Gaal. seriously. So it wouldn't surprise me one day.
Yeah, like I said before, it's got that sort of Boris Johnson to Prime
Minister.
Minister
No, you've nailed it, bro. You have. Not that you want it to happen, but it is going to happen.
It's just, you've known for so long. At some point, Poch will manage Manchester United, and I still think that, even if it's after Ten Hag.
To a lesser degree, it was the same with Jose.
Yeah.
You always felt like he's going to manage United one day. And it was like, I think there's a lot of people that don't want that to happen, but there's also some that do. And eventually it happened. And I think that's the same with Pochettino. There's a lot of people who don't think he's good enough, but there's enough in that boardroom that do, that if he was available, he'd come in. And I think the thing with Pochettino is, and I know he gets ridiculed, and there's probably people in the comments who are going to start pelting me for this, but when we interviewed Duncan Castles, when I met him a few years ago, he did have quite a good sort of take on this. And, you know, he has got some contacts as well. He was quite close, I think. He had, you know, he was very much Jose Mourinho's cheerleader, but he had some contacts. And he was saying that Pochettino was very good with his CV and choosing the right job and when to choose it. And he felt that's why Pochettino always sort of waited for the United job to when the United job was right as well. Right. There'd always been an element of, you know,
it's not ready yet.
He's not ready yet. And then obviously he got sacked by Spurs. But what job does he take? He takes one, probably the easiest one.
Yeah,
go to PSG also, to get you in terms of your CV. You go there, you're going to win a trophy. Yeah. And he's done that. He's won the French Cup then in his first year. Obviously didn't win the French League. He's going to win the French League this season if he doesn't get sacked before that happens. So he's sort of conscious of his CV a little bit and when's the right
like that as well,
when's the right time to take this job? What we're going to get from this job? Is this going to be a job that's going to benefit me? Because it can all come like if you take a bad job or a job where you don't succeed. Or Conte even now. Yeah. So Conte's already unhappy at Spurs, and that's his star was so high when he left Inter, and it's sort of dimmed it a little bit because he's gone to Spurs. If it pans out and it does, if it sort of pans out that it doesn't work, that he does end up leaving sort of with them fifth or whatever, you go, oh, well, he's not always done that well.
Well, I mean, Jose, you know, if you spoke to people in 2014, 15, whenever they just won that comeback title with Chelsea, I can't remember what year it was. If you spoke to people that year, he would be fighting Pep as the greatest modern manager. Obviously, Fergie retired and he would be the greatest ever, but the greatest modern manager of that new era of managers that came through sort of post-2000, Jose and Pep, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Most people would, I mean, other than I don't even know, I can't think of anyone who would argue Jose over Pep now.
No.
You know, Pep's gone this way, Jose's gone this way, and you think it's only two bad jobs that's done that, United and Tottenham, and that's it.
In 2017, when we won the Europa and the League Cup,
well, even that,
and they finished, I think, third or fourth.
Yeah.
I remember speaking to a City fan who, you know, he runs one of the supporters clubs, and he said, "You've had the better season because you're in the Champions League and you've won 2 trophies. We're in the Champions League and won now." Yeah. And there was a time when then you would have gone Jose or Pep. I'd probably take Jose.
Exactly.
Won Champions Leagues with unfancied teams, Porto and Inter. Won titles on different teams. Again, slightly unfancied. Or not, you know, Inter weren't that fancied.
I know Chelsea spent a lot of money, but they hadn't won the league in a long time.
Yeah, they hadn't won it. Won back to back.
Yeah.
Inter weren't that fancied. Did it there.
Treble.
Obviously, Porto just won everything. Whereas Pep had done a lot with Barca. Yeah. Amazing team. Gone to Bayern. Won leagues there. Not really done what he expected to do in Europe. When he got there, he'd been to back-to-back Champions League finals. Didn't get to one final under him. Yeah. So there's question marks there, and obviously took him into this next level, hasn't he? Yeah. Especially domestically. So, but at the time, you're right. That was a real debate that was going on.
And it's a big thing.
But 2 jobs later, and you know, Jose even at Roma was like people like.
And I wonder if at some point, managers will start thinking that about United. Whether are we just really not a graveyard, but
a poison chalice
look at the
almost.
people who leave Man United. When's the last time a manager left Manchester United and with his credibility higher than when he joined? Ferguson, obviously, but he didn't go on to another job after that. It's very rare that it's a CV stepping stone these days, is it? It's see you later, heading down. Van Gaal didn't manage on for 2 years and then got the Holland job because they were in disarray. You know, David Moyes had to sort of swim around in the mire, getting relegated or thereabouts to Sunderland and Sociedad and those sorts of teams. Jose's mid-table in Italy. It's just, I don't know. I wonder if Poch sees United as the big thing that it once was. But I mean, I think we can get him. But I just think, I wonder if at some point managers will start going, that's a bit of a risky one for my career, that.
100%. I'll get in some of the super chats on a few. Carl Rayner says, "Hi guys, Ollie was very British Central. I always see the egos coming in with a manager that doesn't care who you are. Sure, Harry and Marcus have been poor both mentally and performing. Their influence seems to be strict." We're going to get to that in a minute. Yeah. Mikel Tilsland says, "Brandon Williams, keep or sell." I'd keep him. He's having a good season at Norwich. I saw a few Norwich fans talking about him after the City game where they'd been torn apart, but they were saying actually Williams he did himself justice. He's having a good season. I think he won their Player of the Month not long ago. Danny Shields says, setting a calendar reminder for 2028 when the FA comes down on John Terry for being allegedly a massive racist and a sad Champions League final hero cosplayer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that is just, it's ridiculous what they've done. Haven't the FA going after Rooney and that. We'll get into that.
It's just embarrassing. It's almost like, do you know when occasionally there's just an uproar on Twitter and then a company drops someone or for something that's very minor, and then eventually they reinstate them and go, oh, sorry, we just reacted to public opinion. Yeah. It's like they've done that. It's like a few non-United fans have gone, sorry, you're going to have a look into this, when Rooney's just admitted to a crime. You're like, well, it's not really a crime, is it? It's on the field stuff. If he's gone out to hurt someone and he's hurt them, he should be punished on the pitch. Yeah. And if it hasn't or he has, that's the end of it. The intent doesn't matter 15 years later. Just embarrassing.
And what did Dominic Raab say? He said the police don't look at crimes that have already happened.
No, exactly.
And he's the Deputy Prime
Minister. And as far as I'm aware, 2006 has already happened, Jay.
So therefore...
Get over it.
He's wrong. Rybarock03, I hope I got that one right, says, met Jay at the Keys this morning. Can I just say he's even more handsome in real life, top bloke as well. I remember that this morning, just on the news, outside Old Trafford. So, I met him this morning, good lad. This is what I like. It's always nice when you see someone and they're chirpy and cheery and not giving us abuse for our opinions.
Oh, is that lad who's watching it? Check your wrist, mate. That's new, actually. That is new, isn't it?
To Rybarock from
Dad.
Mum and Dad.
What's this fancy little timepiece you've got?
I told you about Grassy.
Genuinely, though, that's new, isn't it?
It was a Christmas present off my lady friend. Thank
really?
you. Yes.
Absolute peace.
Don't worry. It was
diamonds in there as well.
I wish. I'd say what?
Oh, no, it's just a bit of custard. Dried custard. Yeah, carry on. Sorry, I thought it was
the Demonces, actually.
Right. It's a bejazzle. Yeah. It's been repurposed.
Bean says, ban Rooney ASAP, shake my head. Scrappy D says, lady friend. Yeah, I'll get in trouble for that one. Sean says, it's called Statutes of Limitations. Was that a Seinfeld reference?
I said is that a reference? Because I said statute. Or if it sounded like I didn't, I know it's statute and not statute.
Yeah.
No, it is a Seinfeld thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because Kramer says it's statute. And everyone else says it's statute. Hit that like button, please, people.
Just hit it.
Hit the like button. Ten Hag, right, who seems to be the preferred choice of at least 100% of people around this table. Yeah. And many of the people in the comments and on social media, from what I've seen, it looks like Ten Hag has moved ahead of Pochettino and maybe one or two others in the sort of being the favourite or the ones that we prefer. Mainly, I think, or certainly from my point of view, not just what he's done at Ajax domestically, but in the Champions League, they're doing well again, aren't they? Flying. Yeah. He's already got them to a semi-final, of course. I know Poch got to a final, but he's had that sort of thing where, for me, Ten Hag looks like he's still going places. Yeah. Pochettino, I feel like there's a little bit of a
he was the manager when they got to the final against United, wasn't he? Was he the manager then? Or was that the season before he got there?
No, you're asking. I was there that night, but I just certainly didn't remember.
Anyway, he rebuilt that team shortly after if he wasn't there.
Yeah, but he rebuilt it. He lost all those players, didn't he? Like De Ligt, like Van der Beek, of course. Yeah. Who else was in that team?
Frankie de Jong,
Ziyech. Yeah. And then went again. Again playing mint football. Again this season in Europe, they've been battering people, haven't they? Battering teams.
Battering the likes of Borussia Dortmund, who only Rangers could batter 4-2 tonight.
That kind of takes the sort of lustre off that win.
They don't want Ten Hag no more.
Ajax, like, wow, they battered Dortmund. Yeah. Dortmund are sick. And it's like, well, Rangers battered Dortmund.
Yeah, in Dortmund. Like the West.
They just give up.
They've got a shit kit that just says Borussia Dortmund LOL across the front instead of having a badge on it. Like
Haaland, I take Haaland weren't playing, was he?
He never fucking plays. Yeah, I don't want Haaland.
I've set him off now.
It does my head in this. I'm sick of him. I don't want him. Not because he don't want to come to us, because I didn't want him anyway. Should we talk about Antony?
We need to talk about Antony. Yes, I think we should talk about Antony.
Ten Hag, mate.
Now, this is a story doing the rounds that Erik Ten Hag could bring Ajax star Antony. And he's like Madonna, isn't he? He's got one name, Madonna, or Pele, or Chico.
Yeah, or, Maguire. Man United captain, Maguire.
Yeah. So, Erik Ten Hag has spoken highly of winger Antony, so there could be a good chance of United making a move should he become that. See, now that line has done several things, Joseph, that I don't like.
Come on. Oh, are we going to play? Let's play keyword catchphrase.
Yeah, on that then.
Where you decide whether these words mean anything or whether it's just fluffy paper talk.
Right, so
give me the big hitters that you're worried about here, Jay.
Has spoken highly of.
Yes. Unprovable Drivel. Next.
So there would be a good chance.
Non sequitur after non sequitur.
Yeah. Of United making a move.
Yeah.
Should he become...
Oh, it's based on so many ifs, buts and maybes. Sniffs, buts and gravies, mate.
So basically...
Nothing.
This guy, he doesn't manage United at the minute.
Don't manage United.
Yeah.
Ten Hag doesn't
Has
manage
spoken highly of a winger.
Yeah.
That plays for him.
Yeah. Therefore...
If he does become our manager,
yeah, which he isn't,
yeah. There would be a chance of him signing said winger.
Yeah. And a chance can be anything from a micro fraction of a 1% to 99.9%.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that is completely and utterly meaningless.
Yeah.
We might sign him, we might not. That will not tell you one way or the other.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Erik ten Hag isn't the manager, and even if he is, there's a chance he doesn't bring Antony in.
Do you remember those rumours when we were going to get Van Gaal that United might sign Dirk Kuyt? Like, just everyone from that age.
John Serra of Jose. I remember there's a story that that Jose was looking to bring John Terry in as a sort of assistant manager captain.
Assistant to the manager captain.
Like, what? No, he's not.
No.
And like, John Terry, I think, was like past it by this point as well. And it's like, that's
he just played like 36 games or whatever for Chelsea the year they won the league.
They were like, he's going to bring him in and he's going to have him as a sort of, not just a player, but also as an assistant. Yeah. Obviously, that never happened.
Not just a player, but a dickhead.
Yeah, exactly. It's a role he fills very well.
So you know what?
Antony's a good player, though, isn't he?
Okay, give us a bit of that then.
Yeah.
He's decent. He's a good lad.
He is, I mean...
But who knows, really, that league?
I mean, you can have a conversation about many Dutch players in that league. Like you say, a lot of them doing well. This season, he's played 25 games in all competitions. He scored 11 goals and got 8 assists. Now, it's in the Champions League where he's shone with 2 goals and 4 assists.
Pretty good, pretty nice for the group stages, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's obviously a good player. He's a good lad.
How old is this kid? He's 21. So, he's young. He's a Brazilian. He's got 5 caps and 1 goal. I mean, it's the great unknown.
Yeah.
There's 2 factors there, unknown. A Brazilian coming to Manchester United is a big unknown factor because we've seen some, World Cup winners come to United and just not do very well. We've seen other players who've been talking about as the next big thing, and it's just not quite happened for him. I don't know whether it's...
In a way that I know obviously Raphael was probably the best.
Right, yeah,
and he was relatively successful, But it's weird that there are certain huge footballing nations where United have never really had successful players from there. Brazil being one, Germany being another, Italy being another. Like, huge nations. And United have never really had any success from any... I mean, Raphael's the standout, obviously, but again, he wasn't a top player at United. He was very good.
And yet there's big football nations where we've had loads, like England.
England's one.
England.
Scotland.
Ireland.
Wales.
And...
I know.
Ecuador. Eh?
Exactly.
Right or wrong?
Former captain.
Probably the best captain we've ever had. Also, like, we've got, not loads, but like, we've had some of the best players ever from France.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
William Prunier being one of them, of course.
Gabriel Obertan.
Thank you. Get involved in the comments. Let us know. Do you know anything about this Antony kid? Because I don't want to come on here, but always been that guy. I've not heard of him. But do you guys know anything about him? If you do, get involved in the comments, because I'm like, sorry, someone's saying we both look drunk. We're not. I've not had a drink in 7.5 years, I'll have you know, young man.
Neither is he.
Cillian Wallace says, would be typical United for our only Brazilian players to be called Fred and Antony. Scrappy Doo says, Obertan the GOAT. Christopher Matthews, I don't know what he says. I prefer to sign Jonathan David. Red Rum Bollock says, he's all right on FIFA. Glenn F says Maguire out.
Well, let's get onto that, shall we?
First of all, though, before we get onto that,
what's happening? Before we talk about Harry Maguire being dropped as Man United captain,
we've got some exciting news. From our friends over at Manscaped.
There we go.
Trademarked, because they've just launched their 4th generation performance package. The ultimate package includes the lawnmower. Go on, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a 1.0?
Probably. That'd be good.
No.
Oh.
I think it's a 2.0.
Twice as good as 1, yes please.
No.
Really?
I think it's I know this is... Do you think it's a 3.0?
Well, that's 1.5 times as good as number 2, so I'd take it.
Well, you don't need to, because it's a 4.0! It's a 4.0, Manscaped Technology is the leaders in male grooming, and they have done it again to take your grooming to the next level with the Performance Package 4.0. And if you go to manscaped.com and use the code Paddock Live, you get 20% off, because we've all been there, Joseph. You've been there quite a lot, haven't you?
Just a bit, mate.
legs akimbo, hey, torch in your mouth, hey.
What? In my mouth? Who's Torch? Is he one of the gladiator wrestlers?
Or a candle.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm thinking of Samaritans, or what it was called, Saracen.
Shadow.
Shadow, that's it. No shadows with this one though, because there's only light. That's the great thing about the Perfect Package and the lawnmower. It's got a light on it.
It's got a light on it. So you don't have to put a torch in your mouth or a candle,
No.
which is what I used to use. You can just have the light on there, and it's got everything in this performance package as well. You've got your crop preserver. You've got your anti-chafing boxer briefs. So you can take yourself into the bathroom, make yourself look all nice, and then you can walk out with your little bag, looking like
You've missed
the bee's
Valentine's,
knees.
but it's still time to shave your Easter bunny.
And also, it's got that skin-safe technology.
Yeah.
So
Reduced nick technology.
Reducing the chance of nick.
Yeah, like that time when BBC took Nick Knowles off of DIY SOS, they reduced nick.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Perfect. You've got the 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. That's your nose and hair trimmer that provides proprietary skin-safe trademarks. And don't forget as well, the Weed Whacker is waterproof. So get your boxers, your cologne, all that jazz, your little bag, everything you need, the 4.0 technology. Get the code, Paddock Live, visit manscaped.com, 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you.
And just as a very special message for this read, Jay is asking for your before and after pictures. So buy the Manscaped package, take a picture before of your downstairs area, then trim it and send it to as a DM to Jay Motti on Twitter, and he will rate them out of 10.
Don't DM me.
Oh.
Because I never check my DMs. Print it off. And mail it to me.
Yeah, what's your address?
I'll put my address in the chat.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say it out loud.
Because Jay wants those before and afters, and he will return them to you in basically a slightly damper version than what you sent to him. So send the before and afters to Jay. Manscaped.com. Use the code Paddock Live. What's next? Maguire.
Maguire. Yeah. Poor Harry Maguire. See what I did there?
Why?
There's a double meaning there, isn't there? Poor Harry Maguire.
What's the other meaning?
His skin.
Poor Harry Maguire bloody drink, because he just lost his captain's armband.
Yeah, poor Harry Maguire.
Well, he hasn't yet, but he might.
Ragnick has suggested a switch to Ronaldo. United boss Ragnick has talked to Maguire about handing over the armband to Ronaldo, who is naturally becoming a more dominant figure. This is a story that's doing the rounds. I mean, we've had a lot of...
Jay, where's this from?
That is a good... Where is that from?
It's from Dave. Disco Dave.
Oh, Disco Dave McDonald, right. So the thing with Dave McDonald is, gets a bit of stick sometimes. I quite like Dave. I've met him a few times at press conferences. He has been in the past where he's had a few good stories, he's had a few exclusives. He's the one many years ago, I remember breaking the Robin Van Persie one before anyone else. So he's not one of those where you go, okay, it's him, it's got to be nonsense. I know some people don't rate him, I think he's all right. And he's going with this one.
It's an exclusive to the Mirror tonight.
Yeah, so he's saying this, and he has got connections at the club. So I would put a little bit of weight behind it. And it does kind of make sense because this has been brewing on it, the whole Maguire and Ronaldo thing. Now, we saw that Christian Falk tweeted yesterday there was some sort of cliques forming and that Maguire, Rashford, and I think Luke Shaw and a few of the English players apparently weren't happy with Ronaldo, or there was a bit of a rift there. Now, Rashford shot back and said this wasn't true, basically. Then Christian Falk said that Rashford's not true, wasn't true. If you can work that one out, this is
Go
what
Falk yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Debacle,
so
wasn't it?
this is what I had in the
what
news
do you
this
make
morning.
of that? I know obviously you did the in the news this morning.
Yeah.
But do you think there's a? I mean, obviously United fans' instinct is Rashford's come out and spoken against it. Rashford must be telling the truth, and that's what you sort of first thought is. Do you think there's a chance that Falk is right on that? And that Rashford's kind of covering, the team morale and that kind of thing.
Do you know what it is though? It just we was taking a mick out of that headline there. It was like would, should. Yeah. If you look at what Christian Falk wrote, and I like Christian Falk, we've had him on the channel. He's a good guy. I spoke to him today via email. Yeah. And I don't think he's just the type that makes things up. But he could have had information that's not entirely true, or he could have had information that when you say a clique is forming, right? Yeah. If you're in a dressing room and two of your teammates play for your national team with you and speak your native tongue. Yeah. You're going to gravitate towards them. Yeah. Herrera, Mata, and De Gea did it. Yeah. Everyone was like, oh, them three are like...
Look at the best mates. But the difference was they were going out to restaurants and looking cute and cool because it was Mata and Inti lovable.
And they were all
very lovable
Dave
players.
And Ander Herrera spits on the City badge, we all love him.
Whereas it was meant to be Ronaldo, Dalot,
Fred,
and Bruno.
And Bruno.
Yeah,
and it's like... oh, this is divisive. And I think, well, that might just be like natural for any club where you've got certain players, team who they know each other, they speak the same lingo. I know they obviously all speak English as well, but they just gravitate towards each other because of that. And also with the whole sort of Maguire and Rashford thing, I've never thought them two particularly close. They play for England, but they're not bezies.
There's no social indication that they are.
They don't. There's nothing on social media to indicate they're mates. I know Rashford and Jesse hang around.
Rashford and Jesse,
they're like bezies for the last decade. Yeah. Where you look at Maguire and Rashford, half the time on the pitch, they're shouting at each other. They don't even seem to get on.
No.
So I'm not so sure about this. I think it could be one of those where I'm not trying to get out of jail or free or whatever, but there could be something in it, but it's not as meaningful as made out. Yeah. Like these cliques are actually just groups of players that hang around a bit more because of the natural
everyone in every workplace. You have your set of mates. Doesn't mean you refuse to work or can't interact with or hate the other people who aren't your mates at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back to the Maguire stuff then. Probably the meetings that have taken place between Rangnick and Maguire and Ronaldo, where Rangnick's kind of suggested, do you fancy giving it to him to the end of the season type thing, and Maguire's sort of resisted that. What do you make of that?
Like, I've always said, I thought taking the captaincy off Maguire would hurt him, because we've had this conversation, me and you, haven't you? Well, on this channel for the last sort of going back about 6 months, back to Mykonos, really. When he had that episode in Mykonos, people were then going, is this guy captain? His form after Mykonos was terrible for about a month. And people going, okay, should he drop to the captain or strip to the captain? And my thing was that that's going to hurt him. I think it's going to knock his confidence. Now I'm beginning to wonder whether keeping the captaincy might be having an adverse effect on him. Because he's getting more of this attention than he's ever been getting. Because there's a sort of someone waiting in the wings who's an obvious choice. In the past, you've had maybe Bruno, maybe De Gea. Slightly flawed options. With Ronaldo, it seems like he's the obvious guy to give it to.
Yeah, well, we'll come back to that. But carry on.
So that tends to give it a different dynamic. And also, I'll be honest with you, Joe, I've got to be sort of consistent in what I've been saying recently. If everyone's fit, I don't pick Maguire. I don't. I pick Victor Lindelof and I pick Rafael Varane.
Yeah, me too.
So it's for me, for all those reasons, I think it might be time to give Cristiano Ronaldo the captaincy. And I also think as well, between now and the end of the season, Ronnie probably plays every game.
My only problem with this is, and I agree, Maguire, I always thought the same about, will taking it off him hurt him more than it will hurt the club by letting him keep it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think his form's been so poor, and he has a couple of decent games here and there, and he's been slightly better over the last 6 games on average than the sort of 12 games before that. But generally speaking, he's been poor this season, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I just think now it's just too much for him. And also, why do it? His confidence can't get any lower. Unless it forces him to hand in a transfer request, I don't see what it does to him that he isn't already facing. He's got the pressure of being a Man United captain, the pressure of being, I think he's still the most expensive centre-back of all time, and he's not living up to either of those things. So take one of them off him. My only issue is this thing of giving it to Ronaldo. And you mentioned there, like, it's the obvious choice. Is it? Like, I wouldn't say general consensus, but there's certainly feeling around, fans and around, what you hear from newspapers that if we don't get Champions League this season, Ronaldo will leave. Are we really going to give it to someone for, it's halfway through February. We're going to give it to someone for 3 months. Season ends in May. Are we going to give potentially the captaincy to Cristiano Ronaldo for 3 months just because he's the biggest name and the biggest character in the dressing room?
I understand I understand you. Are all bets not off with Ronaldo though? Is it not just we're talking about something completely different to almost any other player on the planet, where you just go, it's Ronaldo. So everything you've said is true.
Yeah.
It is a chance he goes in the summer if we don't get top 4. He ain't going to play in the Europa League next season. Let's not kid ourselves. And it is a bit silly that he's just come in and we're going to, take it off someone who's been captain for 2 and a bit years and give it to someone else. But it's Ronaldo. That's my question. Is it sort of like we're not talking about
so you think having him as potentially captain for 3 months and then giving it to someone else next season? That's better than just giving it to, let's say, Bruno now, who I think,
personally,
for me, Bruno would be the choice.
Personally, I'd probably give it Bruno. I love Bruno, and I think some of the grief he gets.
But again, though, where does that leave us? Because you're the captain, and yet you were our penalty taker with a 90+% penalty success rate. You've now had that taken off you by Cristiano Ronaldo, who you got the captain's armband over. It's almost like, and we heard this about Juve before he came to United, and I still reject most of this criticism or this line of thinking. But it's almost like, if you don't just go full Ronaldo, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
And part of me resents that we've been backed into this corner by his gravity.
Yeah.
Like, he just gets sucked. He's like a black hole, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just takes over everything. He's like Thanos. He's got all the fucking rings on. So you can't help but just go, oh, I'm sorry, mate, sorry. Sometimes you think, it doesn't make sense for Manchester United as a club to give a 37-year-old the captain's armband to me.
I think you make a good point, though, that it's like you have to go full Ronaldo. And I will get to your chats and your comments in a minute. I think that's maybe what you got to do.
Do you think?
You've got him.
We think we've
go for
sold
it.
our soul to the devil.
Just go for it now.
Right.
Do you know what?
Yeah. I see that.
He's a penalty taker. Yeah, he's taking the free kicks even though he misses them all the time. Even though he does need dropping there again, we're not dropping him because he'll spit his dummy out. Probably it should be Bruno as the captain, but give him the captaincy anyway. Yes, he could leave in 3 months, but let's just hope we get top 4 and he doesn't. Let's just go for it with him as a spearhead. And he'll probably get us 20-odd goals this season. Just go for it. Maybe he can do something in the Champions League.
Fucking hell.
I know it's shit, but this is where we're at.
Just go for it, dictator, Ronaldo. You're the CEO.
And also, if you let's say just for example, if you drop Ronaldo, I mean you've had this discussion a million times. Cavani, he's injured constantly.
I think he's been available for 25% of the game.
Marcus Rashford down the middle. Let's not kid ourselves. I love Marcus Rashford, but he's having some shocking form. Putting him down the middle ain't going to solve that. Anthony Langer ain't an out-and-out striker. What we're sticking 19-year-olds to spare the United attack now. Obviously, Martial, Greenwood aren't in the equation. So what are you going to do? Sancho's not a striker.
No.
See, it's Ronaldo or bust.
Well, yeah, he's playing. I've no doubt he's playing every game. It's just whether it makes the most sense. But yeah, I think I would be willing to say it's probably the best thing to do.
Right, I will get to some of the comments because I know there's loads of it. Also, there's a poll in the chat and a few people saying David De Gea.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a big fan of the goalkeepers being skipper, and I think that's a little bit flawed because he doesn't talk a lot. But
and also,
maybe
he's been good for 6 months out of the last 3 years.
Fair enough.
That's a worry.
Danny Shields says something about that hoodie's making Jay look like one of the animatronics from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Manscaped.com, and that's what he said. Thank you.
Paddock live at manscaped.com. Link in the description. Click on the link just to see. If you've never been on the website, click the link and just have a look.
Jibak Sahu says even if Marcus is covering up for the team, that is something the captain should be doing. Maguire should be releasing statements denying riffs. Maybe he should.
Well, that's...
Someone asking about Chucky. That's a good point about Chucky, as well. Him and Roy Keane didn't talk to each other for a year, and it didn't really affect
him. Was it
Teddy
Sheringham and
Cohen? So even sometimes you cannot get on and still perform.
Yeah.
Crypto Prince says sell your soul to Ronaldo equals trophies. Historically, Brian Keville says the Gea guy has earned the right at this stage. A few people saying that, some saying Varane, don't see that happening because he's just injured quite a lot. Handicap says give it Ronit till the end of the season. Lots of different debates going on there. If you're not doing already as well, check out the members section on Paddock. You can join the members where we've got a load of sort of giveaways, 10% off discount merch, an exclusive little community chat we're doing. Yeah. We've also got some extra content on there. We're putting some extra content on there for our members. So behind the scenes video is on there with Real Ferdinand. We've got an Andy Tate documentary on there. Little things like that. Andy Tate things going up tomorrow. Yeah. So check that out as well. We do appreciate all your support. Support of everyone who watches the channel and especially the members as well.
Yeah. Exclusive videos and all sorts. And also, we've got loads of really good new merch coming out soon and the members will get to see that first. So if you want to see that in the next couple of weeks, check out the members section.
Yeah, all right. Here we go. No, not deliberately missed out your chat, Lil Yo-Yo. He says, I prefer to call Harry Maguire Harry Magoogly. I didn't deliberately miss out. I accidentally missed that out. But yeah. What?
Nothing.
What are you looking at me head for?
It looks like there's a bit more growth on the sides than usual.
That's because I've been out since early doors, man. Is
that today's growth?
I think, honestly, I didn't change my razor either this morning. I was lazy. And I'm glad you've pointed out on a live video in front of everyone.
Please go Uncle Phil at some point.
I will go. We had a lecturer visiting lecture the other day called Lyndon, a good guy. And
I know him.
Do you?
No. Doing you there, pal. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Why are
you little scamp!
And
I'll tell you something, this kid's got spots.
Yeah, he had a beard and he had like just hair at the side, and I thought, yeah, that's fine, man. I'd have to do the beard and the thing though.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I think moustache and just round the back, like Uncle
that's
Phil.
Proper
Not Uncle Phil, Dr. Phil.
That's
or Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Salah put about £150 on for each.
Tell you what, if we get to 10,000 likes on this video, I'll do it. Salah Captaincy says Pogba is showing the most character and the most creativity. I think he should be captain. Bold move.
Is that a real person? Was that a randomly generated computer comment?
No, why?
Because that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life. Paul Pogba
He's had some good games recently, hasn't he?
He's had 4 good games. And
you know what? No, I look, right, because there's a story doing around this morning that he could actually end up going to a rival Premier League club. So we could give him the captaincy after we paid 89 million quid for him, and he's going to leave on a free, go to City or something.
Chelsea, Chelsea'd have him.
Yeah.
He'd be great at Chelsea as well.
Ronald Jacobs says, mate, go check Bruno's Instagram. He has posted a photo with Bayern Varane and added a caption, feeling very safe between these two. That's my captain. Say truth as it is. Bruno should be the next captain.
Slightly, yeah.
Stephen McGuinness says, Jay, Declan Rice is a turncoat.
Extra lovely wording on that. Have you ever posted a picture of two men and put feeling very safe between these two?
I've posted a picture of myself between 2 men and gone, oh, like a rose between 2 prawns.
That's very nice. Or just a picture of a bloke's legs on the beach and said, feeling very safe between these two. We've done that before. Lovely. Right, what's next? Declan Rice.
Before we get to Declan Rice, we are going to get to Declan Rice. We've got Frank Kessie. So, I don't know if you've seen this. Kessie will be out of contract in the summer with AC Milan, seemingly settling on Ronaldo Sanchez's replacement. And then Gazzetta dello Sport, as they say in Madagascar. They're saying that we can get him, basically, and we're monitoring him. We're monitoring the 25-year-old. Do you want Frank Kessie or not?
No.
Neither do I.
No. He's a good player, but I think people are confused that he's some sort of defensive midfielder. He's not. He's a box-to-box player. He gets goals and assists.
We don't need another 8.
No, he's not as good as Bruno at attacking. He is more robust defensively. He's more physical than Bruno. But it's maybe more as a Pogba replacement than as a sort of number 6. But I don't trust this board to get a Pogba replacement and a number 6. Really, we need 3 midfielders in the summer because we could do with 2 now. Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of debate going on here.
About what?
People can't agree on Kessie.
Kessie.
Right.
I think he's a good player and he'd help United, but I don't think he's what we need.
Jake Oriorden says, please get Kessie. Kiki says no. Cameron S says, monitor FC again. Ross Murphy says, really want Kessie. Yash Gami says he's Fred 2.0.
Maybe.
Matt JD, sorry if I missed your super chat, bro. Oh no, I think he's just saying, I don't know if I did. I think he just I missed his comment, so I didn't know what it was. So, I mean, he's just, he's dividing opinion there.
Yeah, he's a good player. He played against us, didn't he?
We need a player to come in.
Did he have a goal disallowed against United?
I can't remember what goal was
season.
Pass, what are you on about? Declan Rice. Declan Rice, you know this Frank Kessie nonsense. Declan Rice.
There we go.
United convinced on Rice. Really? Yeah. Reports state, they're not noting, they're stating, that United are keen on Rice and will consider using Pogba's wages to help finance a deal for him this summer. Are we going to get Declan Rice or what?
I think we genuinely want him. This strikes me as real. This strikes me as, I think Manchester United want to get Declan Rice and will spend a lot of money on Declan Rice this summer.
Yeah.
I think he's our Sancho or our Maguire or Pogba or Di Maria or Lukaku. I think he's this year's big money signing.
Yeah,
I think that's how I feel about it. Yeah,
but
the problem is he's got the Chelsea connection, and Chelsea also want him.
Yeah.
So maybe let me just get your opinion across first because I've got a question for you after that.
So I've got a couple of super chats and then I'll let you do your question. Abdul Ibrahim says, I can't see anyone but Bruno as our captain. He sets a good example and encourages teammates to be better. 20 goal involvement so far, magnifico. Mikel Tislinson, DLC, Dominic. He says DLC, but it's sort of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Worth a try as backup for Ronaldo. Next year, while getting a CDM and then a world-class centre-forward, as Ronnie Lees. Danny says, Ronaldo leading us instantly inspires and creates aura. Maguire leading us hurts my soul and relaxes opposition. Is our 4th choice centre-back at best, not in form. Go on, what was your question?
My question to you is, do you want Declan Rice? That's my first question.
Yeah.
My second question is, would you take Declan Rice if it meant that Chelsea got Pogba?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Whoa.
I hate that because the fact is, I want Pogba to stay. I don't think he will, and also, I can stomach Chelsea with certain things. If Chelsea win the Champions League this season, I can stomach that. Yeah. If it's City or the Scousers, I'll be gutted.
If City win it, that's a huge constant talking point. 1 over City that we've got that is gone. If Liverpool win it, we might never catch them. Well, that'd be 8.
Nah, 7.
7.
Yeah.
We might not see that.
Just on your Pogba talk, though, we've got another story there that he's not. I had this morning that he could be going to a Premier League club. He's not decided what he's going to do, but reports have circulated that well, he's just not deciding his future there. It's not really a story, it's just an update, but we have to give an update, and that's what it is. Let's move on to Ronaldo. PSG are interested in signing Cristiano Ronaldo. 90 Minutes suggests that Ronaldo's agent, George Mendes, has been fielding inquiries from around the world, and one of them's come from PSG. Just quickly, are you surprised by that?
No, makes sense. They're losing Mbappe almost certainly this summer to Real Madrid. They need someone in there. Ronaldo sells shirts like no other. Getting Ronaldo and Messi on fucking pictures together. Imagine the absolute storm that you'd see on social media if they ever played together.
Yeah.
It's like getting like Pacquiao Mayweather. It's 10 years too late, but we've wanted to see it our whole lives. So it'd be incredible, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't. He would go there. I think he'd be willing to go there. It's very much an easy league. He can relax. He can be 38 as fuck in that league and get away with it. And he can probably still have a good chance of winning the Champions League. It almost makes too much sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to Brandon Williams. Rangnick wants Williams back at United. The fullback won't play the month in January for Norwich. His ability to play on both sides reportedly caught the eye of Ralph Rangnick. It feels like a Rangnick player. An attacking fullback, full of beans, full of energy, likes to get forward, likes to get in the opposition box, let alone down the opposition half. So it doesn't surprise me that Brandon Williams is sort of the kind of player that Ralph Rangnick fancies. Danny Shields in the super chat says, we need 2 DMs. We have none next season. We can get 2 good ones for the cost of Rice. Last time I checked, he's 1 DM. Yeah, I feel like I've always said I like Jude Bellingham, but Rice is more suited. Yep. Just finally, Wayne Rooney. We spoke about this earlier.
Yeah.
He's received a warning from the FA. He admitted he wore long studs, and he went looking for John Terry in a match versus Chelsea in 2006, which the FA have now responded to with a warning. You know,
what are they going to do? Give him a 2-match ban?
That's just stupid.
You can't play anymore. You can't play in the next game. What are you on about? He's a manager.
He is. I mean, it's pathetic. It's just the FA saying, "Oh, he said something we don't like, so we've got to be seen to do something. We'll give you a warning."
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
Yeah, he's acting like he glued guns to his boots.
Yeah.
Or like that spike
It's
that comes
not
out
like
the side
he
of the car
racially
on
abused
Greece.
a fellow professional footballer, is it?
No.
It's not like he shouted something that I can't even say out loud at another footballer, and they gave the most lame excuse ever. It's not like he actually got a ban off the FA for doing it, and then he's still lauded as his leader. Absolute scumbag. Crypto Prince says, genuinely think... Sorry, I was talking about John Terry there, not Wayne Rooney, in case anyone was confused.
Yeah.
Crypto Prince says, genuinely think Ronaldo stays because of CR7 Jr. Yeah, we've put Ronaldo's kid in the United side.
Well, that same CR7 Jr. that's played for Real Madrid, Juve, and Man United in the last 5 years.
Yeah. And I
think he'll find another club.
And the funny thing is, he can't even play football. I'm only joking, he's very good. We're going to wrap up there. Thanks to everyone who got involved. Don't forget as well to check out the merchandise from our friends over at Manscaped. And actually check out our merchandise as well. Go to paddockmerch.com. We've got some cups and stuff on there. Go and check out Manscaped. Use the code PaddockLive. 20% off and free shipping.
Great.
Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And also, Stephen Howson's about to go live now over on his channel. And we'll put a link in the chat there.
If you both of the best worlds.
Yeah, if you do that for me, Callum, I'll just read the super chat. Joe Presbeluski says, don't understand the hype around Rice, doesn't suit our play style and he's far too expensive. Neves, clear, in my honest opinion. Neves, right, here's one for you. Neves and another midfielder or just Rice?
Who's the other midfielder? Basuma.
Yeah.
Rice.
Basuma didn't cover himself in glory overnight, did he?
I think he's all right. I think he's one of those players who gets a lot of credit for playing in a team that's overachieving, but I don't know if he's got that same quality as Rice. Sometimes you see Rice and you go, he's dominated a game against a good team here, and I don't think I've ever seen Basuma do that.
No, I don't think I have. Have we got a link there? Is it in there? Have I missed it?
Links in the comments.
Right, there you go. Sorry. You can go and check out Steve's channel. Once we've finished, make sure as well you subscribe to this channel. Go and check him out. Joe Smith, 98 over on 93.
Fucking hell.
I should remember it, right? It's the year we won the inaugural Premier League.
And here's another way to remember it. It's the year I was born.
I just thought it was...
the year you had your bar mitzvah.
I thought it was
13.
IQ. Yeah. Right, so go and check him out. Joe Smith, 93. You know to find me, Jay Morty. I'll be back tomorrow with the news live here from the studio. That's been Joe. I've been Jay. This has been Paddock Live. Thanks to all of you getting involved in the comments, and thanks for watching.